It is Monday, guys. I am excited because I get to answer your questions from the mailbag. This time we're talking about Iso-8, Ebony Maw, Dr. Octopus, and the Sinister Six, and what exactly is the Envoy program? Those questions and a lot more, guys, are coming up this time, and if you're ready for that, find that like button. You know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello. I am back. Second video of the day, guys. Yes, it is Monday, and that means it is mailbag time. And I get to answer your questions all about Marvel Strike Force and whatever. And if you guys are interested in leaving a question in a future mailbag episode, make sure you are a member of the Discord. The link is down below. But before we get to your questions, couple things I want to talk about. First is this tournament coming up. Now, I am not organizing it or anything. If you're interested in taking part in it, you can reach out to Nietzsche on my Discord server. The link for that is down below. But I am going to broadcast this on my Twitch channel on Saturday, starting on the it is Saturday the 19th, 3 p.m. Eastern. My Twitch channel is ValleyFlyin76, so I will be here for at least an hour during the tournament, and there'll be a couple other content creators involved. There'll be cash prizes, and if you are interested in entering, make sure you reach out to Nietzsche. But yes, if you're entering, stopping by and joining it in all the fun, make sure you are there on Saturday, guys. Other thing, I did want to mention the winner of the Worldwide Nutrition Electro giveaway. The second winner of Electro is Adam Blackwell. So congratulations, brother. You get to win Electro, the controversial Electro. And guys, if you do want to check out some Worldwide Nutrition products, the next time you are ordering your subs, make sure you use the link down below. That will get you 25% off your order. And then if you just go there from whatever, make sure you use the code ValleyFlyin25. That will also get you 25% off your order there, guys. But it is time to get to your questions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first question of the day. Hey, Valley, I just unlocked my 6-star Maw. Now I'm wondering what's the best raid team for Maw in Ultimate 7.4? Used to run Minerva, Ultron, Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, and Hela. Well, the team that I run in 7.5 in most of those nodes. Now, when you get to 7.4, 7.5, probably going to need a few different teams for different nodes, but the team that I use Ebony Maw on most often is with Ultron, Black Bolt, and Thanos is giving energy to Black Bolt, and Ebony Maw and Minerva is all the way at the end. So that is the order that I run this team in, and that is what I run on nodes that have a lot of hero controllers, and that is how I use Ebony Maw. I don't really use Ebony Maw if there's not a lot of hero controllers in the particular node that I'm on in Ultimate 7.5. All right, next question. Hey, brother Valley, just unlocked Maw. When tries to level up, the game crashes. Went to level 60 and game crashes. I'd restart it. Was at level 52. Money gone, resources gone. Have you heard of this happening? I've not heard of this happening. It has happened to me, but not with the resources gone. So right into customer service. Hopefully they can help you. If they don't, I'd reach out to Cerebro on Discord and hopefully he could help you. That sounds like a bad one, brother. What's good, Valley? I just unlocked Ebony Maw, but I am 20 shards unlocking of Cull Obsidian. Ouch. Can you think of anyone else that would fit in his place for now? I mean, any tank that you're not using will fit in his place. Nobody's going to work as good as Cull Obsidian, not just for what he provides to the team, but the other stone that he gives to Thanos to make that team empowered. So you could use any tank in there. Kingpin, I also used as a substitute before we had the full Black Order until they came around. But yeah, don't expect any kind of results you're hearing about from Black Order until you get that empowered Thanos. But yeah, any tank. It's like taking Colossus, not using a different tank on the X-Men or something like that. You know, there's certain teams that need those tanks. So anybody for now, brother. But hopefully you get lucky in some orbs and get called very soon. Hey, Valley, this is my first mailbag question. I have Star-Lord, Minerva, Nick Fury, Hela, almost ready for DD2. I was wondering if I should take for the 5th, Invisible Woman or Emma as the 5th. Those two choices, I would probably go for Emma, all things being equal. You may have a lot of red stars on Invisible Woman, a lot of gold stars on Invisible Woman, and you just don't have that for Emma. That may justify taking Invisible Woman in instead, but Invisible Woman has some very long cooldowns that is just not going to reset. In DD2, DD3, you want characters that have lower cooldowns because it just works better that way. Like Ultron's not a very good character for DD3 because he has long cooldowns. So Emma is who I recommend, but there may be a case for taking Invisible Woman in if she is so way more powerful than your Emma is. But Emma is going to be the best choice for Dark Dimension 2, Dark Dimension 3, and a lot of other game modes, brother. All right, Valley. Why are some players' gold pulls and 6.7 red star pulls not announced in chat? Is it a setting somewhere? I am not the best one to ask about this. I don't really have my chat enabled in game. I know there are some settings in advanced settings, so look there. I don't remember exactly what's there off the top of my head. There may be something there for chat, but when I have the chat on, very rarely I don't notice it not being there. So I am not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe it never did. Maybe I'm confusing it with upgrading characters. I don't know. But yeah, maybe chat will know the answer to this question. All right, hello from the UK. In light of newer characters recently arrived in the game, how about making some videos about the best Ultimate 7 raid teams and the T4s you need for them? Yeah, I mean, I think I did a video recently about the best T4s and some of the characters you needed on, but I'll go look back on that, and if it's a little outdated, I could redo it. But if I still recommend a lot of those characters, maybe I'll wait a little bit and then redo it at some point. But this is a good video that I think should be made at some point. But I'll go see what has changed since my last time I did that video. You're a smashing guy. Oh yeah, baby. Maybe you can help a brother from across the pond. Does a peanut butter and jelly sandwich count as a cheat meal? It depends on what your diet plan is, but let's break it down. You got peanut butter, which if you're using a good peanut butter, it should be pretty healthy. And I'm talking about the kind that just has peanuts as its ingredient. Pretty healthy. Now, if it's not that healthy, if you get the kind with sugar and oils and all that, but peanuts, pretty healthy. It's a good source of fat. It has a little bit of protein, so peanut butter is okay. Jelly, that's a lot of sugar. That's not very healthy. I don't know what diet plan that would fit in. And then bread, for some people, it's not very healthy. For some people it is, but it is a starch that will turn sugar into your body. Maybe a little slower because of that peanut butter, but the short answer is yes. I think it does count as a cheat meal, but it depends on your diet plan. All right, half question, half brag. Ooh, I got my first 7 red star Carnage. That is very nice. And very next pull, got a 6 red star Electro. I feel like I just had to smash the whole game out of Synergy. I go hard on Sinister 6. I have everyone but X-Force, everyone on X-Force, 2 yellow stars to 5 yellow stars except for X-23, like 50 away to unlock Doc Ock. So it's gonna be very, very close. You might need to refresh that war store a few times as soon as she pops up in that store. Probably Wednesday is when they normally have these characters pop up in these orbs, the new characters pop up. So it's gonna be close, but as far as going all out on Sinister 6, I think they're gonna be a war team. I think they're going to be good on war offense, good on war defense. So if that is important to you, then yes. That Carnage, though, pay attention to that. I think that is going to be a very good investment. So I would go hard on Carnage, but war is where I think Sinister 6 is going to be used. And my brother, hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, my brother. With all the recent issues, bugs, decimal point errors, pricing, would you say that releasing Iso-8 would be game breaking? Yeah, I mean, if just nothing, that it should be nothing causing a bunch of bugs. Imagine what adding a whole new system into the game is gonna do. Oh my goodness! Imagine all the bugs. Imagine all the bugs. Do you think that they play tested Iso-8? So yeah, I think it is gonna be game breaking. Hopefully, they can fix the things that it breaks though, but I don't think that's what you're asking about. A lot of people, myself, were very skeptical about this, the recent issues, but now it feels like it'll be a catastrophic if they go ahead with this. Iso-8 being a permanent customization on characters seems like it could ruin characters if they're not customized properly. So I will push back a little bit on that because you are able to switch between the Iso-8 of each character. Once you have that Iso-8 invested on a character is permanent, and you can switch between the different classes if it stays how it is as it was in a test server. You know, they could fully change it again before it's released in the game, but I think they're going to do similar to what we saw in that last iteration of the test server. So you can change it and you can customize these characters differently once you've already invested in them. So I don't think it's being too much of a worry to not have your characters customized properly. It's just, I mean, it's going to be grindy. It's going to be grindy is one thing that I expect though. ValleyFlyin, now that we have 8 characters for Sinister 6, what do you think is the ideal team? I assume all characters at equal power. Which 5 would you choose and how would you position them? Positioning, I am not sure, and I'm not even sure the team, but the team I'm going to initially start with is going to be Dr. Octopus, obviously, because he is the legendary character and provides all the charge and all the stuff to the team. I think I'm going to have to go with the 2 new characters because of that charge mechanic. I'm talking about Electro and, yes, Swarm. I know I pulled good red stars on Swarm, so I'm kind of biased. I want to test out that team first. And it should be a good character with Dr. Octopus not having to worry about damaging himself. So I'm going to go with Swarm. I think I'm going to start with a tank. So I'm going to go with Rhino at first. And then I don't think it matters. I'm going to go with Shocker or Vulture. If they're all at equal power, like you say, then Dr. Octopus is going to summon either the one that I don't bring in. If it's my team, I'm going to bring in the higher one. And then Dr. Octopus, actually, my Dr. Octopus would probably be weaker at point. So I'm not sure I'm going to bring him, but it's going to be either Vulture or Shocker. And then Dr. Octopus is going to summon the other one. So that is going to be my starting 5. But I don't know if that's the best or if that's what I'm going to eventually settle on. That's the one I'm going to first test, though, brother. Question about Electro. Recently pulled a 7 red star in her. And was wondering if do you think he has value, if she has value outside of the Sinister 16, debating if I should go hard on leveling her up. I think I would compare her kind of to the Human Torch. Very big damage, very good on that team as far as, just working well. But I think they're going to have a little value outside of that team as well, especially when you look at the special and when you look at the ultimate, but very, very squishy. So you're going to have to find a way to protect your guys. But I think, yes, I would use that. I think of that character like a Human Torch as far as what you would use outside of that main team. ValleyFlyin, what's up, brother? Greetings from Detroit. Greetings from Texas. Is it just me or is Doc Ock going to be good on a Sinister 6 team? It could be. Here's the thing, though. Most of these legendary characters, they have value outside of their main team. So just because he's a legendary, I would say he should have value outside of just him. I think it's a little hard to see in the kit right now, but I think once we use him, he's gonna have value outside of that team. Can I promote 5 reds to one of Sinister? Emma, Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel. Don't do Captain Marvel. Thanos or Symbiote Spider-Man. Who should I choose? Only listed Symbiote Spider-Man because you and OMG are so high on him. I can't beat Blitz 8.3 with the symbiotes. So if you say symbiotes, what am I missing? It's probably the T4. Symbiote Spider-Man needs a lot of T4s, and Carnage needs his passive T4 as well. And then they start to work a little better. You could also build up your Venom if it's only 33k and lagging behind the rest of the team. Out of those characters, though, if you're using Black Order, I would probably go Thanos first. Symbiote Spider-Man is a very, very good choice. So is Emma, if you have that 5th gold star on her. I don't have my 5th gold star yet, so that is one character that I may buy as soon as I see her in the war store, even though I don't have that gold star in her. Sinister is another good choice, depending how you're using him. So when it comes to promotion, T4, things like that, comes down to usage. So whatever character you're using the most, you could also do Phoenix, Maw, Yo-Yo, just 6. All right, so if you're going Phoenix, Maw, or Black Bolt, if it was my roster, so I'm assuming, yeah, Black Bolt at 6 and you have Phoenix at 4. I would get Phoenix up to 5. I don't know if I'd go too much past 5, but Black Bolt to 7 might be what I would do if it was my roster, the way I play with these guys. But it will come down to your play style and the usage, brother. Usage is very, very important. ValleyFlyin, hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Same to you, brother. I've got a question. Just unlocked Maw, Emma, and Zemo all at the same time. Who would you build first in order of importance in the game? I decided to start with Maw, but I'd still like to know your opinion. Thank you for all you do. So it would definitely be either Maw or Emma. Zemo would be last because he's a war character. He does good in Blitz and War, and that's one game mode pretty much. There's a lot of good Blitz characters. So Zemo would be last. Emma and Maw both have a lot of value outside of just War. So for me, it would be Maw first because I think that Black Order is the best team in the game right now. So I would build Maw, and even if they fall off, they're still going to be close to that top 3. Emma, I would go next, and then Zemo would be last. Greetings from Michigan. Greetings from Texas, brother. With Iso-8, Gear 15, and level 80. soon making Ultimus 7 easier. Do you think maybe start of the new year we'll have Ultimus 8 raids? I think sometime in the new year we'll have Ultimus 8 raids. I don't know about the start of the new year. I think it would be a little quick for them to get that out, but who knows? Who knows? I'd rather see them change the Greek raids and make those a little more rewarding, a little difficult in certain places than have Ultimus 8. I think there's some alliances that are getting to the point of doing Ultimus 7.5 every day, but I think they needed to make a lot more get there before they start like a lot more getting on auto before they get Ultimus 8. So I think sometime in the new year we'll get it. Good afternoon, brother. I have a 7-star Hulk, which is cool. It is cool, but don't you think it'd be great for once you have a 7-star Hulk, if they change the shards and achievements to something else, doesn't even have to be a new character. It could be 4 fragments, but no, I think I like the Ultra Store, brother. I like the horrible conversion rates for the gear that I need. I like opening Ultimus orbs for one of the arguably one of the worst characters in the game. I love that. So no, I want him to keep it at Hulk every time I get a new achievement. I love just shopping and having the shards go towards nothing. It's awesome. Next question though, brother. Good evening from Texas. Wondering if Scopely ever thought of adding some intra-alliance gear trade mode. These mini uniques would be hard to get for tier 14, and one of my mates would be extra. It would be vice versa. Yeah, you'd be trading back and forth. It's been brought up many times and never responded to, so they know about it, obviously. But here's the thing, and I think a lot of this may or may not be true, but a lot of this is said by me. But it's all about money. It's all about money. So there's no way to monetize that, and if they come up with a way to monetize that, then it will be in the game. So that's what I think. I mean, obviously it's not true. They do nice things as well, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see a way for them to monetize this, so I don't see them spending developer time to add something like this to the game. How is it going? Love the content. DD3 question: how does Carnage passive actually benefit the symbiotes when enemies' health are so high? So you know what, that question was asked before I was in DD3, and I was like, you know what, everybody says it benefits, but now that I've been through DD3, you do get the enemies to their red health. There's a lot of enemies, they do have high health, but there's enough enemies that once they get rolling and you have a few going into that red health, the ball just starts going and they start to wipe out teams. But to kind of get those enemies, there's first wave of enemies into that red with some yellows, so that you could constantly getting characters into the red. It takes some time, and it may take a few tries in that node to get them to get that ball to start rolling. But if you got Carnage and Symbiote Spider-Man, is very good. If you got Venom, it's over. Easy mode in Dark Dimension 3. New player here, 80 days ish into Marvel Strike Force. Thank you for your guys and updates. Thank you for watching and liking them, brother. I'm gathering my Guardians for Star-Lord, and I'm trying to budget my time with Doc Ock apparently coming soon and interrupting the legendary cadences. When do you think we should expect to see the next Space Ace event? So someone posted this in my Discord, and this is it looks like a symbol to Raging Unicorn, and I think that's Low Leak symbol that I'm covering with the camera. But this is in my Discord, and link is down below if you want to check out my Discord, but in the infographic section. But it looks like this has been pretty accurate as far as dates. They're predicting around the 21st for Dr. Octopus. Phoenix is going to be the next one. So for Star-Lord, October 18th is what makes sense to me. They're spacing about 2 weeks or so. So Star-Lord should be about mid-October is when you should see him. And then after that, this is the cadence. But yeah, this infographic is on my Discord server in the infographic section, guys. Hey, Valley, what's up? I'm doing the global notes on DD3. I already have my Cosmic team. Unfortunately, I just have Symbiote Spider-Man for the city nodes, and Carnage is taking too long to go. I think I won't be able to get Venom in. Time. Thinking about using ability mass to take Punisher, Miracle Lieutenant, or Taskmaster. Just 4 stars, yellow and red. Which one do you think is the best for DD3 only? Well, Symbiote Spider-Man is not going to work as good without that Carnage passive going off to give him that speed. So I would really work on Carnage. After that, Punisher is probably a good choice. Taskmaster is a good choice. They're all good choices. Whatever you have the gear for, all of them are okay. I mean, Taskmaster is probably a little low in stars, maybe not taking him, but Miracle Lieutenant, Punisher are both fine. But yeah, I think you need Carnage. Symbiote Spider-Man is not going to be as good without Carnage's passive, so you need that Carnage passive, brother. Take him up. I don't care how long it is. It's gonna speed up your time in Dark Dimension 3, those city nodes. ValleyFlyin, more of a suggestion than a question. The game is based on the premise of a multi-universe. How about a new game mode that combines all of your alliance tunes each round season? Your alliance can choose a team from their entire pool to compete against other alliances. They could call it gladiator mode. So I mean, I think they tried to do that with war mode. That's kind of what they're trying to do, I guess. But I kind of see what you're saying. I mean, a new game mode that combines alliance teams and stuff could be cool if it's done right and it's not too grindy, and if they take out some grind from some other game modes that are in there right now. But yeah, anything that's fun could be cool, and if this is done right, I think it could be fun. So yeah, if it's done right, I'm currently trying to find a place for Ultron and Blitz, and I'm not using him in aim. I have high red stars on my aim. Nice. There's no question there, but I guess the question is, what do you do with Ultron and Blitz, right? So where I'm using him is with my trash characters right now. I use them with my highest leveled, my highest collection, my highest powered characters. My goodness, my highest powered characters I have with Ultron, and I use them in Blitz, and normally they can win even at tier 8.3. So yeah, you just need to find the right opponent. But Ultron is a one-man army. I mean, if you find a non-meta team, he could take out some of these non-meta teams, some of these weird unsynergized teams. He could take them out on his own. Hope all is well. I'm a free-to-play player and about to start playing Dark Dimension 3 next week. I will be starting with Black Bolt, Phoenix, Colossus, Minerva, and Thanos. I'm very close to finishing Shuri for Global, Maw for Proxima, and Symbiote Spider-Man, Punisher, Ghost Rider, and Carnage, all for City. All those characters are 4 red stars. Based on my team, how long do you think it will take me to finish my first run? So once you finish those characters, gosh, I mean, I think, with the inclusion of level 80 and possibly getting some characters at the gear tier 15 as well, I would say probably about 2 to 3 months. I can't remember how long it took me, but it was a long time, and it was extended because I forgot some days. I mean, I forgot some days just this past weekend, but I would say a solid 2 months, and that is taking into account some of the level 80 characters that you might upgrade some of these characters to. So yeah, it's a long time. It's taking me a while, even on my second playthrough. Nodes 1, 2, very easy, but when you get to those 3, 4 in each of those sections, it gets very, very hard. What's good? Hope all is well. Valley sending positive vibes from Chicago. Thank you, brother. Sending them back from Texas. Wondering if it was stated already, if there was an update or bug that our favorite characters are being shown first in the raid selection squad. If no update, so it's more of a cumbersome, then yeah, it's not on purpose. It is a bug, and it was mentioned like on day 1 of the update, and it's still not fixed yet. So hopefully it gets fixed soon. Maybe we'll see a fix for it in this next update. So we will have to have the annoyance of it for a full update. I don't know, but they knew about it on day 1. It was one of their known bugs. Hey, Valley from down under. I'm trying to get a quick timed run for DD1, DD2. What teams would you recommend to get through each as fast as possible? I don't know. After I passed them, I never went back. So the last time I was in DD1 was probably a year and a half ago, whatever I finished it. So I guess I would recommend my Ultimate 7.5 team, my main team that I use, the one with Ultron, Black Bolt, Thanos, Maw, and Minerva in that order. That's what I would recommend for the team. And you're getting some percent base damage with Maw and Minerva. I would probably switch the placement and place Thanos between Maw and Minerva for Dark Dimension 1 and 2, just because you want to get down their cooldowns a little bit more, and Black Bolt's damage should be good. And Ultron, I hope I think even I think his damage is good enough that you could auto it both of those with that team. So let me know how it goes. Let me know in the comments or next mailbag, brother. Very curious to see if you could, how quick you could get through with that team on full auto. Valley, I heard you mention in your war counter video about an Ultron version of power armor to beat some of the meta teams. Who are you dropping for Ultron? At what teams can it beat? Dropping Iron Man, and they're beating Marauders. I have a video. I took some footage of it this past war, but the punch up wasn't as big as I wanted. So Yeah, look for a video tomorrow about that. If this war tonight goes well and I find a good Marauders team. ValleyFlyin, how's it go? You mad lad, how's it going? What's your personal thoughts on seed theory? And do you regularly do it? All right, seed theory is a weird one, man, because I've always been, I don't know. I know there's some people that have been very against it, some people that have been very for it. I've been always in the I don't know category, and I've tried to do different things. I am very superstitious. I think a lot of people that played sports very superstitious. So I'm very superstitious, and I try to do different things in the game to try to help my odds at getting things. I don't know if they work or not, but I try seed theory. I try it, and but I don't know if it really works. But there's some weird things that have been going on very recently that make me wonder if there is something really to this. But even if there wasn't, I probably would still be doing all kind of weird stuff just for fun. But there may be something to it, guys. There's some weird shenanigans I think that's going on. Greetings, brother. I have been having some luck in Blitz using Ronin as the 5th character with Baron Zemo and crew. Do you think Ronin would be good to use in war with that team as well? His AoE ability blocks seem to come in very handy. Plus, it doesn't seem like he would be breaking up any important teams in war. I think that last is very, very important. He's not breaking up any important teams in war. So for that alone, I would say yes, he would be very good in war with Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo, I think, would be good with many different fits. And there's reports of him alone taking out teams, so like meta teams. So yes, Ronin is very good, and I think a lot of other characters would be good if he's not breaking up any teams. But a lot of that value of Baron Zemo's team depends on Baron Zemo. So make sure if you're using him in war that is the character that you have built up in that team that you're trying to counter, because he is the team, guys. ValleyFlyin, big Hulk fist bump from Florida. Hulk fist bump back, brother. Was wondering if you could give average players a little insight into the Envoy program. What kind of things do you get? How does it go? And how does it help you create content? Thank you for all that you do for us. All right, so Envoy program, basically what it is, like 95% of the time, is a Discord server with the other Envoys and Cerebro and Zeeks. You can ask questions. Some people are more active on there than others. I'm not super active on it, but anytime I have a question, I either go on there or I DM Cerebro or Zeeks. And that's kind of what the Envoy program is. Once in a while, and when we create these Envoy videos is when it happens. We get some information that we have to embargo, and we have the information, we can create videos on it, and then when the embargo lifts, and it's usually like at 1 p.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. my time, which is 11 a.m. Pacific, and it's usually whatever date, and maybe on a Tuesday. I think Tuesdays is when it happens a lot, but sometimes they're on Fridays. But anyway, then we get the embargo lifts, and all of our videos can come out, and information could go out there. So there may be something on the test server. I've heard some things on the test server. I'm not sure if it's embargoed or not, but I haven't been on it. But yeah, there's also a test server that we have access to from time to time. Sometimes there's things on it, sometimes it's not updated, and sometimes it's very limited in what we can do. So but there is that. And yeah, and just asking Cerebro for interviews and stuff like that. So I guess that's what the Envoy program entails. It does help create content, but I don't know, I have a lot of ideas that I could create content on anyway that I guess it's good though. It's good though that we have access to things and PDF files to create nice thumbnails, things like that. So it's pretty good. But that's kind of what it is, guys, in case you guys are wondering what the Envoy program is. With the level cap increasing to level 80 soon, how do you think the situation will be? Training materials will be dealt with horribly. It's been dealt with horribly so far. It's sad. There's so many things that could be done with new characters being thrown at us every month. It's literally hard to make a new character usable. So they're doing this, and I think their intention is, oh, people are going to buy training mats. Well, I don't know. They may be shooting themselves in the foot, because I know when a new character comes out, I would not buy more than half the characters I do if I wasn't making a video. If there's no sense to buy them if you can't level them, build them up to a usable level. And having a gold bottleneck and a training materials bottleneck and a bottleneck at T4s and a bottleneck at gear tier 14 and 15, there's so many bottlenecks. That is one they should ease up on, and I think it would help their bottom line if they do. I think it would entice players to buy these new characters if they could level them, use them, and get them to a usable level right away. if you buy a character and then you can't use them for months until they become farmable, then there's not a lot of incentives. So yeah, I think they should. Will they do it? I don't know. Maybe they don't see. Maybe it's not hurting their bottom line. But yeah, it's not fun. I can tell you that. I agree with you. Hey, Valley, I was lucky enough to unlock Ebony Maw this go round, but now I have a dilemma. Getting ready to start DD2 for the first time. Wanted to know if I should bring Maw up to T13 with my current team. Currently have Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, Minerva, Ghost Rider. My Black Bolt is 12, 13. Maw is very good because like Minerva, he does percent-based damage. The health pool in the Dark Dimension 2 and Dark Dimension 3 of your enemies, they're very, very high. So build him up. He will make it a lot quicker for you because, yeah, he's good. Second question, should I invest my T4s into Black Bolt, Symbiote Spider-Man, or a Maw first? So kind of like the Red Star investment, it's going to come down to usage. If it was me and based on my usage, it would be Black Bolt first because I use him way more than these other characters. So Maw is pretty good as well, but he doesn't need as many T4s. So Black Bolt, I think we need all of them. Maw, you need just the special and the ultimate, and basic if you're real luxury. You don't need the passive for Maw. And in Symbiote Spider-Man, you need all of them, but in the raids, he's really good, and Dark Dimension 3 is really good, but I probably would go him last. I probably would do Symbiote Spider-Man last. That's the order that I would do it in, though. ValleyFlyin, what is good, dude? Hope everything is okay. DD2. I've got half of Asgardians. I can clear it with... Oh, can I clear it with all of them? I guess. I'm not sure if you can. You know, the problem with the Asgardians is healing. They have that passive healing, and that's it. I mean, maybe. I mean, the damage and the damage from the enemies in Dark Dimension 2 is not that great. The problem with them is they have a lot of health. And I guess if they're being attacked and Thor's ultimate is going off, I think they could clear it pretty efficiently. But there's a lot of teams you're eventually be able to get through Dark Dimension 2 with. But I think you have some efficiency there with Asgardians, maybe able to one-shot nodes as well. If someone has tried it, let me know in the comments, but I haven't been back to Dark Dimension 1 or 2 in a long time. Word up, ValleyFlyin, greetings for the Philippines. I've never seen a character already go into orbs before their actual release method was over. You think Scopely should take it a step further and give Swarm a rework in its first month? Oh my goodness. Yeah, he probably nobody bought him. Maybe I was the only one that bought 2 offers of him because I got that red stars. I don't know, but I guess he didn't get some love. I'd never seen that happen either. Could be getting a rework, but I think they made a mistake. I think they should have released Dr. Octopus first, at least so people could test out Dr. Octopus on his own with the current Sinister 6, and then we could get some play testing when Swarm came out that may have enticed people to buy Swarm a little more. I think they should have had Dr. Octopus come out before these 2 other Sinister 6 characters, especially because he's coming on to a team that people already have the members for. So I don't know if a lot of people saw Swarm and Electro as necessary. So very disrespected, already in orb, probably farmable in a couple weeks or something. I don't know. He could be the next character that's farmable the Doom campaign. For all I know, I don't know. It's just, it seems like, hey buddy, Sinister 6 question for you. I will be able to unlock Doctor. But in the meantime, I've got 2 characters. I noticed Electro gives benefits for war. I have my Sinister 6 team on defense right now and plan on keeping them there for now, but I was wondering what character is best to replace Electro since she gives it his war advantage. And I know Swarm is pretty much useless without the Doctor to keep in charge. So that team that I mentioned in the beginning, that's who I would roll with right now. I'm gonna go with Electro, Swarm because they have that charge. They have some benefits of war, Dr. Octopus, obviously, and then Rhino. And then for me, my roster, I'm going to go with whatever makes sense based on where I have my Dr. Octopus and who I want to be higher. Vulture or Shocker. I'm thinking right now I want my Vulture higher. So whatever will give me the more powerful Vulture, that's who I'm going to bring is Shocker or Vulture. So that's what I'm going to try right now. And then we'll see what is the best team. Greetings to you, brother. Atlanta GA. The seed theory is getting me more intrigued. It is, right? Especially after watching Mobile Boomer, aka the Destroyer of Worlds, where he pulled 2 6 red stars. I tried a couple times myself where I pulled my 4th 7 red star Glaive, and another time 2 pulls Mysterio and Frost. What are your thoughts? Were Mobile Gamer and I super lucky, or does seed theory really work? Well, it could be both. There could be something to this. You guys could be really lucky and got in good seeds and just kept continuing. It's hard to say, man. It's gaining more and more traction. There's a bunch of questions this week about seed theory, so I don't know. I'm getting more and more suspicious when things like this happen. I was talking to OMG yesterday about this. He's like, there's something going on here. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird. So we'll see what happens. All right, Yellow from the UK Valley. We now know there are 2 more symbiotes coming to the game. In light of this, I was looking at T4s on Venom, but a little confused on his passive. It reads 15% healing, but he already heals for 15% on his T3. Is this additional 5 or additional 15? It is a total of 15%. So it will go from 10 to 15% healing, and it only benefits him. So not a great T4 for that Venom passive, in my opinion. Hey, Valley, do we have any news on the compensation for the Electro offer? What's the compensation and when we will get it? So we don't know exactly what it is. The last we know is the post that Zeke's made, or at the time of me recording this, the last I know is the post that Zeke's made last week. I think it was on Reddit, saying that we would get the compensation last week, and we haven't heard anything since then. So that's the latest. Maybe there'll be something out tonight. Maybe they'll give us compensation for that at reset today. So maybe, but I expect it soon because it was supposed to be out last week. My greetings, Valley from the UK. Hope you're doing well. Same to you, brother. My alliance mate has a theory that characters in front get attacked more than the ones in back, so he organized his team based on that idea. Do you know if there's any weight to that, or is it purely RNG? I think it's purely RNG. I know you need to arrange characters a certain way because of adjacent character bonuses and how characters are attacked, but as far as front and back, I think that is pretty RNG. I haven't noticed anything suspicious enough in my gameplay of this for over 2 years that make me suspect that it is not anything based on a taunt or just RNG if there's no taunt on the field or stealth. Hey, Valley, brother, what's up? A few questions. Arena, how to beat those max teams with Ebony Maw. All my arena chart now has either Black Order or Ebony Maw teams. DD3 just started. Iron Fist dropped, so I only have Colossus and Phoenix. How to avoid the double fist? Should I? All right, so you got a bunch of questions here. All right, arena chart. I use Black Order. If you don't have Black Order, the team that I used to use had Ultron, Colossus, Phoenix, and I think it had Black Bolt, and I think the 5th was Mr. Sinister. So try that and kill Maw first. The Maw teams aren't that bad. The Black Order teams are the ones that you got to go after, but kill Maw first if you can. The double fist shard, you only have Phoenix and Colossus for DD3. That's tough. I mean, you eventually will get through it. That those double Iron Fists are going to be rough, though. You just got to make sure that every day you're getting that special off, and hopefully that special and that ult. If you can take another character in like Ultron that you mentioned, it will help. Ultron on some of those days, especially when you get those bots off and you get his turn meet and he's got his abilities in that correct cooldown. So he's working very good, but most of the times he's not. So if you could time it so that you're taking Ultron in with his cooldowns all reset to that node, you're gonna be a little better off. And then maybe some days you just throw it to get their cooldowns reset, and then you start off again. That may be the way to go. But yeah, anything that can take some pressure off those two characters. Shuri also works very good in that node. Nick Fury, no, he's yes, he is global. So you can take him in there as well. He provides defense up. He provides some minions that can take some pressure off those characters as well. So if you have the resources, bring in other characters would be the best way to speed up your time in Dark Dimension 3. All right, how's it going, Valley? Greetings from Kentucky. I'm working on Hela, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Carnage, Maw, to DD3. Of course, I have limited T4s, 5 or 6 total. How would you distribute those? So for Hela, let's do her ult. If we're going bare minimum, Symbiote, Spider-Man will come back to him. Carnage, if we're going bare minimum, we use his passive so that he get the healing. If we're talking DD3 only, then you don't need the ultimate for Maw. Maw is that ultimate is gonna give benefit to the entire Black Order team. But if you're using a mixed team, you don't really need to T4 that ultimate. So go just as special. And then if we have 6 to work with, use the rest of the 6 on Symbiote Spider-Man. And that is how I would go. Then skip his special. All right, how's life these days, Valley? Do you think that costumes could be the next big feature after Iso-8, maybe in a year or two? Who knows? I mean, back in the San Diego Comic-Con of 2018, Jason Bender was interviewed and said he wanted skins to come to the game. Shortly, either before or after that, we had Deadpool in that white costume. I think it lasted for about a month, and then he went back to the red that it has in the game right now. And then we had Symbiote Spider-Man coming to the game. Both of them are Peter Parker, so who knows what they're going to do with costume. Maybe just go the Symbiote Spider-Man route maybe just add some, make them cosmetic, kind of like that Deadpool limited time costume was. Or maybe they'll give a new kit, maybe make it a whole new character. I don't know. There could be a few different routes they could go with it. I've seen it done in other games, and I've seen it done well in other games in all three of those scenarios. So, well, we'll see what happens with it. I don't know. Well, not that first scenario though. I forget that wasn't a different skin. All right, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think it's something they want, but they don't know how to implement. And do you think the skins would break the game? Let me know in the comments, guys. I have recently discovered a way to fill your team with Gregs. Imagine Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, Hela, and 5 Gregs or more. Any idea of what I am doing? It's not a hack, obviously. So I would guess that Hela is dying and she's coming back to life and bringing a Greg with her. So having an additional Greg and making sure that first Greg is not dying, and then when she dies again, that first and second Gregs don't die. She brings back a third, and so on and so on. So for someone that you would need someone like a Nobu or a Scientist Supreme with something with the revives in her past to bring Hela back to life, and just getting very lucky with that, or having Minerva on the field as well. Hers is a little longer. Night Nurse also, so maybe something like that. But that's where my mind goes. If it's something different, let me know in the comments, and then leave another question in the mailbag so we can follow up on this. Valley, why are they adding battlegrounds when it seems to be a waste of time and another grind? I understand the red stars are awesome as a reward, but is it only a good pull the character actually needs? So I don't know. I think they want PvP to work. I think they want people to like it. I like it. I wish there were a few changes that made it a little different, but I think they want people to like it, and that's why they're doing these milestones. I think the reception is mixed. I think there's a lot of people that don't like it, but I think there's a lot of people that are. I don't know if it's 50-50, but I think there's people that both. So we'll see what happens with it. It's hard to say. I think they want it to work though, and that's why they have these milestones working, and hopefully people enjoy it a little more. But that's what I think is happening, brother. We have 3 superior unique mats in the game not assigned to anyone. Tempered, Osmium, Olympus Extract, and Aerozyne 51. Osmium is tied to Silver Surfer, Olympus to Hercules, Aerozyne to Sentinels. There's a Man vs. Machine storyline tied to She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Namor, Marina, and the Sentinels. If Silver Surfer replaces Namor on the Fantastic Four, and Hercules is on the 5th possible She-Hulk team. Have you or Drew heard anything about there being upcoming teams coming to the game? Drew, we've heard a few rumors from you. Any new rumors, brother, about She-Hulk?
Greetings, Valley fam, Drew the rumor guy here, and there have been some She-Hulk rumors. And even though she is coming soon, I have not heard of what team she is be a part of. There's lots of possibilities.
Oh, come on, Drew. We already knew there was a bunch of teams that were speculated for She-Hulk. What team could she possibly be on? We know this already, but come on, you gotta have more than that. Come on, Drew, you gotta have some juicy ones for us this week, brother.
Of course, Valley, but this rumor does not come from my usual source. But this little birdie told me that the Black Order did not sell as well as anticipated, so a new meta is coming soon. Yes, and whether you realize it or not, Valley, I think you were throwing some hints on your stream the early part of last week. I'll let you think on that one for a while, mate, but as for me, it's frothy time, but don't worry, I'll be back.
Oh, Drew, what hints was I throwing on stream? I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments if you know what Drew is talking about. I will see you next time. Thank you for everyone that left a question, guys. And yes, if you want your question potentially featured, make sure you check out that Discord link in the description. Also, check out the link to Worldwide Nutrition, guys, the next time you are ordering subs. And check me out every morning, guys, on Twitch, every weekday morning on Twitch under the handle ValleyFlyin76. Hopefully, I will see you there. Give me a Hulk fist bump before you go. ValleyFlyin out.